to my channel. My name is Rachel. I'm Talking Dog Stitcher here on YouTube and over on Instagram, and this channel is all about cross stitch. It has been about a month since you've had an update from me. In fact, it's not. It's nearly 2 months since you've had a live update from me, because the last video I did was my Maynia video. Don't talk to me about Maynia. And yeah, before that I hadn't even been to retreat, which was the first weekend of April. So I have a lot to show you. I'll start with a very quick live update. I am starting an online needle workshop. I'm so excited. I'm gonna go through a little bit at the end of the video, the sort of things that I'm stocking, all that kind of stuff. But for now, briefly, yes, talkingdogstitchery.co.uk. I hope to be live within the next few weeks. I'm waiting on a few things arriving. And yeah, like I say, I'll do all of the shop stuff in this video and in future videos right at the very end. I know you're not necessarily here to be sold to, so right at the very end we'll talk all things shoppy. Other than that, life's just been lifing. Children have been children, and stitching has happened. There's not been tons of it, but some has happened. So without further ado, let's get into the stitching. So I have one finish to show you. This is my Brooks Books Advent Animals. I had already started and finished 1, 2, 3 and 4, and I have now finished number 5. This is Hattie Hedgehog, all back stitched and finished up. I'm a little bit behind where I'd like to be on these. If I continue at this rate, you know, my kids are going to be grown and gone. But another one bites the dust, has been completed. That is a free pattern. I'll pop a link down below if you want to get hold of that for yourself. My next little pile is all new starts. So I have four new starts to show you. The first one was the new start I did at Floss Friends Retreat. I started this with Tan, the monogamous cross stitcher. This is Lucy Beam, Disturbed Women. I'm stitching mine on a piece of Coffee Craft fabric, 28 count even weave. And you can't really see, you just cannot understand how highlighter yellow this is in real life. It's very bright. I think I even used the word deranged to describe it at one point. So that's as far as I've gotten. I'm using some fancy floss. I'm using tin bucket, Gentle Art tin bucket for all of the writing. There are a couple of arrows in there, and I'll be using amethyst, which I think goes really well with it. That's new start number 1 for this video. I'm keeping that because I've got a digital pattern of it. I'm keeping the fabric and the floss in my Turtle Bay Stitches bag. Just my working copy. Very cute. Next new start is one of my planned Maynia starts. So I mentioned briefly not to talk to me about Maynia. That's because it hasn't gone well, because of starting up the shop and life being life. Why did I decide to do this in May? Because I'm crazy. My Maynia stitching has not been getting nearly as much love as it should. There's definitely a few that haven't been touched that should have been touched by now. But this is one of my planned Maynia starts. It lives in a Canny Little Fox travel case, which keeps everything in it. And it's this. It's Pumpkin Topiary by Scissortail Designs. very cute little one. And here's where I got that pumpkin, that top pumpkin, apart from the back stitch, is all done. Now, I need to mention this while we're here. Look how beautifully serged this is. Overlocked rainbow. If you've watched Sherry, Just So Sherry, you'll see that we went to Pink Scissors Fabric in Bridgend at the beginning of May. Was it the beginning of May? I can't even keep track. Honestly, it's been mad. We went to go see Sophie, Turtle Bay Stitches, in her new fabric shop, and she has just purchased an overlocker. She's been overlocking fabrics for us, and I said, pretty please, can I overlock my new start? And she said yes, absolutely. She actually rents out the machine fully loaded. If you want to go in with a pile of projects and get them all overlocked, do it. She will do it for a very reasonable price. You can get it by the hour, and it's all, like I say, all loaded up for you. So look how neat and tidy that little piece is, and of course bright and colourful and lovely. So there we go. Pumpkin Topiary by Scissortail Designs. This is 32 count platinum by Zweigart that is being stitched on a linen. Next is another Maynia start. This is a project bag made by me, and it is I Would Rather Be Stitching by Primrose Cottage Stitches. This is being stitched on a 32 count white even weave, and I did a pretty good start, to be fair. I would rather. I didn't have this one with me when I went to see Sophie, so it's not as pretty and overlocked. But it's okay, I'll take it in my pile for to do next time I go see her. Okay. Next one, you've probably all seen this. I'm going to try and avoid doing too much editing. You've probably all seen this all over Instagram and YouTube. I'm keeping it in this bag by Sammy, Little Loop Stitching, from the Floss Friends Retreat. Big enough to keep my size 3 Nerge hoop in it, which is fantastic. And it's the Deadly Aquarium Sal by Lola Crow Cross Stitch. And here's where I am. I'm behind. Big surprise. 40 count linen I'm stitching it on, so it's going to be nice and dainty. This fabric isn't coming out quite true. It's a little bit more teal. It's not as white as these gaps are showing. They are quite teal. Picked this piece of fabric up at the Floss Friends Retreat. Megan Coffee Craft had a stall of fabrics there. So I'm about a third of the way through the frame, and the first exhibit has now been released, but lucky me, it fits there. So if I wanted to, and which I probably will, I can start stitching that first exhibit, get that done, and then do a bit more of the frame, and then hopefully don't get too far behind on the exhibit part. And that's being stitched all in CXC as called for, apart from it calls for DMC 7 and 8, which don't do in CXC, so I'm doing those in AMO floss. Okay, finishes and new starts, all done. I feel like I'm kind of at you, but we're just going to get through it. This, like I said a couple of times already, Maynia's not going so well. What I had been planning on doing was doing an April roundup video and then waiting until the end of May and doing a Maynia roundup video. Because it's not going so well, I figured I might as well just show you everything that I've been working on, get it all done, and then I can start keeping track and hopefully get a bit more stitching now that things are calming down a little bit with the website. So this is a Maynia project. This is my first of May. Snowflower Diaries, May. The word May and the cat is all brand new. So keeping that in my Canny Little Fox home case, all 12 months. And I did get a good chunk of that one done. Stitched in the called for Gentle Arts for the cat and for the word, and the rest is all in CXC. And this is a piece of 32 count Zweigart linen. It's printed in vintage cream. Next one, in another Turtle Bay Stitches project bag, is my Year in the Woods. I've got 3 of these that I was stitching for Maynia. I've only actually worked on one. It's fine. This is the fox. You've probably seen him finished most places. I love that. And I'm stitching it on 32 count linen in vintage. No, it's not vintage, it's pearl grey. And I finished all of the grey on the chest. I've done, I think, 3 or 4 more rows of the 3865 and then worked into this bit as well. So it's progress, isn't it? Every single little bit helps. So I'm happy to have got some more stitches on that. Another, I've not got my cover photo, bear with me 1 second. There it is. It's Ghostly Mandala by Ink Circles. I got my copy out of an issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine. I've just put 1 strand of thread into this. Again, progress is progress. We're happy with it. We'll go with it. It was just finishing it in this little ghosty here. I'm stitching that in Dinky Dye's thread in the colour Sugar Plum. Dinky Dye's silk, that is. Okay, not a Maynia project, and it also has a little bit of haul on it that I've been so excited to show you. This is my full coverage. It's Animal Panorama by Adrian Chesterman, charted by Pain Free Crafts. I will, bear with me 1 second. There we go. That's what it will look like when it's finished. It's huge, 900 by 324. That's what it's going to look like when it's finished. I am about 2,000 stitches in. I'm using the Royal Rose method for the first time. And here's where I am. It's being stitched 1/1 full cross on 25 count Easy Grid Lugana, and these are my most recent haul. So I was actually gifted these by Wood and Cat on Instagram. I'll pop a link down below to their Etsy shop and their parking bobbins. So they're all, here's a messy back for you. They're all just neat, like a needle minder, magnetic on the back, and you just roll up your parked threads. And let me unroll it because I've got a very long parked thread. And look, it's been personalised with my name, which is so cute. So yeah, just wrap my threads around it. Keep them out of the way, keep them nice and tidy, and I'm enjoying parking even more now that I can keep everything really tidy. And it came in the pack of 3 with these lovely wood and blue effects. So yes, like I say, I will pop a link for those down below. Thank you so much for gifting those to me so that I could show them to you. And there's my stitching. We are, like I say, nearly 2,000 stitches in, I think. This is the end of page 1. So, where are we? I think it goes down to about here. And that'll be a page finish. There's still a long way to go, but I'm really enjoying it so far. Grime Guard is by Jess Gets Stitching on Etsy, as is the Peach Needle Minder. Okay, next one I've done a fair amount of work on was my travel stitching, This is by Little Loops. It's called On the Beach. This is the kit that we got in the summer retreat last year, 2023. On this beautiful bright piece of yellow coffee craft fabric. I believe it's a 28 count even weave. So I've got a bit of back stitching to do in the ice cream. I think it gets a cherry on top as well. But for the most part, from about here down, I'm done. So yeah, pretty happy with how that's turning out. That probably needs maybe 2 more sitting in the car waiting for school pickup sessions, and it'll be done. Just need to do it. Just get it done. And that I made myself that project bag that it lives in. Okay, you've seen my Deadly Aquarium that I've recently started, and you might be thinking, oh, you must have finished your Greenhouse of Oddities to have started another Stitch Along by Lola Crow. You'd be wrong. I'm still chugging away at it bit by bit by bit. Again, it's just in this section that I've been working. All in CXC on this, that's showing quite true there. Greeny bluey piece of 32 count even weave, this one. I'm over halfway with the entire project, the entire thing. So like I said, I just need to keep plugging away at it. Will get finished. I had no hope. I started this in Maynia last year, and then obviously I was stitching so many other things that I didn't get the chance to even work on it to try and keep up. So I'm not falling into that trap this time, I hope. Turtle Bay Stitches project bag. I hope you're not surprised by now. I just love the charms that she puts on all of them. Excuse my horrible nails. Matching up, and her fabric combos are just fabulous. The other one that I've been working on, and I think this is the last whip that I have to show you, is my February start. I went on a little retreat with some lovely ladies to North Wales. We went shopping at Create Nostalgia and Nimble Thimble, and I kitted this one up while I was there. This is Moonlight Visitor by Blackbird Designs. I'm stitching it on a piece of 40 count Witchelt linen in cream, and here's where I'm at. So I've pretty much finished the butterfly, moth. It's got a little bit of the yellow to go in there, and then I've personalised it. Florence Sylvia Armitage, which was my husband's nana who passed away not too long ago, and then up into the leaf. I can't actually start the house yet because I haven't got the ye old gold. I keep trying to get a hold of it. I can't, but I'm gonna get it at some point. But yeah, I'm very happy with how that's coming out, and it's so small and lovely. In a Turtle Bay Stitches project bag. This is one that I bought from her while we were at the retreat, which is why it's being kept in here, and I kitted it up with all of the classic colour works and the gentle arts that it calls for. Right, that is it for stitching. If you're not here for the haul, if you're not here for the shop talk, then that's absolutely fine. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you much sooner next time. And for those of you that are here for the haul, let's get into it. So, I mentioned that we went to Pink Scissors Fabric at the beginning of the month, and while we were there I had a little one-to-one session with Sophie to talk to her about my project bags, how I could make them a little bit quicker, a bit easier, and took some of my that were due to be finished off, and I got them finished. So I did this one. It was May the 4th. That's when we went, because I remember thinking this is appropriate. Yeah, 4th of May we went to go Pink Scissors, and she helped me make this. So I'd already kind of cut it and put the vinyl in and the zip in, and just had a little bit of a play on her sewing machine getting it put together. I did 2 more. but I was there with Sherry, Just So Sherry, and Sophie of Soph, and they had one each. So this is all over the place. I'm so sorry. Some of it's from retreat, some of it's from going to see Sophie. It's all jumbled in together. Some of it's gifts. So I'll just tell you where it is as I pull them out from my trolley. So this is from retreat. This is from Sophie of the Stitchy Ferret, a 20-meter skein of Serenity, which actually I'll have a rummage and see if I can find the fabric I bought off her. I've split it with Sophie of Turtle Bay Stitches. We went half and half. This is the fabric that I bought from her. See if I can get it to show. Come on. Kind of. That's a bit closer. It's like a minty tealy colour, and it kind of draws out on that greeny colour in the thread. So you can see that I shared it with Sophie because of the rainbow. So what I was thinking was maybe I could do like one of the long dog, they're picadillos they're called, which it's a small sampler size. I think I could do one of those in this thread on that fabric. That was my thinking with that one. I got a lovely gift from Jess, Cross Stitch Jess. She's made me a little project bag, a little signature diagonal zip, and cats all over. So thank you so much for that one, Jess. I've got a little bag of goodies that came from my goodie bag at the retreat. So we've got a little needle threader, a little square of fabric to go with the design that was in the bag. It reminds me a little bit of Fibre on a Whim brown sugar. It's got a little pinky tinge to that brown. We got that. We've got a little case. I think I might do what I've seen a couple of people do, which is stick a magnet into the bottom of it and make it into a little needle case, which would be lovely. And needle minder. Some acrylic bobbins. It's a very pink bag. I love it. Some stickers. A lovely pair of scissors with scissor fob. This is lovely. Little ribbon. Some finishing ribbon. Can't really see that through the patterned bag. One second. There you go. Might be a bit cutesy for anything that I've got on the go, but I'm sure I'll find something at some point. I'll get something stitched. Some miniature buttons, primary colours and shapes and things, which are brilliant, and some charms. They're all stitching related, sewing machine and safety pin and things. There was also a pink tape measure. I press the button to reel it back in, tape measure, which has been used a dozen times, and I'm not quite sure which project bag it's in now. It's become to good use. I also received from Sophie, Turtle Bay Stitches, at retreat, one of these. It's punky pins and it says resting stitch face. And now that I've shown it all to you, I can start putting it on my my project bag and wearing it on my coat and things. Right. that is the pattern that came in the bag. At the moment, you can get the Old Barn Stitching Company charts from retreats for physical copies, or Sammy has uploaded them to her website now, where you can get a digital download for them. I'm very, very excited to say that she is actually sending some to me to pop in the shop as well. So if you're after a physical copy and you haven't been able to get to a retreat, talkingdogstitchery.co.uk, you'll be able to get one. It's very, very exciting. And I can't wait to start stitching that. Right, I've got tons, everyone, tons. Let's keep going. I picked up Linda from the Sampler Guild was there. She brought some charts with her, so I picked up Winter Essentials from the Primitive Hare. The lovely Sophie won the raffle and got this chart and gifted it to me because I got so excited when I saw her bring it over. Doug's Declaration by Ink Circles, Life, Liberty and the Pursuit of Squirrels. Just love that chart. I don't actually have any dogs myself, but I do squirrel a lot. Maybe it should be for me. Maybe I'm... Oh, to be fair, I am the dog. I'm talking dog. Life, Liberty and the Pursuit of Squirrels. It's me. And then we were at the de-stash table. I picked up Jardin Privé Eiffel Quaker. A bag of threads, which doesn't seem that exciting, but I have to get out my... Bear with me, 1 second. Okay. I've got out my oldest whip to show you. So this is Disney's Watercolours. Designer Stitches is the designer, who's the one that's made this packet. And the yellow that they use for Winnie the Pooh is an exclusive. You can't get that yellow anywhere else. Winnie the Pooh Gold. So I've got that so that if I were to pick up any of these lovely, lovely Winnie the Pooh charts second hand that had been used, I'd be able to kit it up with my choice of fabric and the threads. So excited to have got a hold of that one. And then from Kayla I picked up this, the Water's Edge in cross stitch. Look at those bears. There's some really lovely charts inside here. It's just, I mean, the frog. Everyone needs to have control of the frog in cross stitch, I think, rather than, you know, letting the frog come to them. So I'm just trying to show you the dolphins. There they are. How cute are they? So I'm very happy to have got a hold of that book. Soph here on YouTube and over on Instagram was at a retreat and saw this, which she got a hold of for me. So with that, and with that one from Sophie and these two that I managed to pick up myself, not that one, you've already seen that one, managed to get the Blueberry in Time and Cuisine Francais. So I've now got the full set. Yay! So where are we? There we go. Pear and rosemary, apple and sage, strawberry and mint, blueberry and thyme, and then the holder. Yay! So thank you to Sophie, to everyone that's messaged me saying that, oh, this one's for sale here and that one's for sale there and someone's de-stashing this one. Thank you. I've got them all. I'm so excited. I'm gonna take a while to start them, but I can't wait. Okay, more fabric. to the point where I'd forgotten how much fabric I've got. That one's another bit that I borrowed Sophie's serger for, so that I could not lose it entirely. And then Sherry and I both went to Megan Coffee Craft's table and saw the 56 count fabric and thought, you know what, I want to have a go at that. Sherry, are you planning on getting any more? And she said yes. So we bought a piece each and split it in half because neither of us could decide which one we preferred. So here we go. 56 count linen. This one's quite a bright lagoony. That's coming out quite dark. It's much brighter than that. Blue. Sherry, what have you got me into? I might need to start using magnification. I've never used magnification for stitching before. Today might be that day. And then this. It's almost like a plum colour, which, yeah, is beautiful. So 56 count. Can you just, what? It's tiny. Picked this up, let's take the person's name out of it, off the D-stash table, some 40 count even weave from Coffee Craft. Nice big chunk of it. And then also from Linda, oh, hang on, dropping the pin, is they had some bolts of fabric that they were cutting up. So I picked up some more 32 count cream, vintage cream, which is what I'm stitching my Joyful World series on. So you can see it's a printed fabric. And it's a very long, very narrow piece. So perfect for kind of cutting up into smalls rather than for anything large. Oh my goodness. Wrestling over here. And then some vintage country mocha in 36 count. Which I think is a fat quarter. Not that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to that, but it's the printed fabric. A nice big piece of that as well. Been so desperate to film these floss tubes so that I can put all of these away properly. They've been sat going, ooh, can't forget to show those, can't forget to show that. If I put it away, well, I'll forget to show it. And I would have. I also won the raffle myself at the Floss Friends retreat, and I won this gorgeous set of floss drops from Just Get Stitching. I think there are 9 too, or 9 floss drops on that one. And then I also bought some for myself. So come on, show them off. They came on the ring. There we go. So 2 lovely sets of floss drops from retreat as well. And then last but not least, I believe, yeah, is couldn't go into Pink Scissors Fabric without picking up some finishing fabrics. So I'm going to make a couple of project bags, I think, with this one and this one. This is all Sophie's work, by the way. I didn't pick these. She matched these up and they are stunning together. So I'm going to make a project bag, probably for Strawberry Fields Forever. Couple of sunflower fabrics. We've got fat quarters of all of these, apart from the strawberries, which I got a 1/2 metre. And this one is brilliant. That's going to make the back of a beautiful pillow if I ever finish any of my bee themed stitches. And that's it for haul. So the last thing that I wanted to show you, or more accurately I wanted to show off, is some of the charts that I've got in for the shop. Bear with me while I throw all of this stuff off where I've piled it. So I've picked 4 designers that I'm stocking in the shop to show you a handful of their charts. So it'll only be 5 minutes, but if you see something you like, which would be brilliant. You've all heard of them, I'm sure of it. The blue flower. I've got a bunch of charts from the blue flower in the shop. This one, if you've ever been to Create Nostalgia and seen this finished and framed, it's just beautiful. Sleeping Bee. Bit of summer stitching, Seasons of the Heart Summer, the tomatoes and strawberries, and I love that one. This is one of my favourites of the Tudor series, and it makes me think of Soph, Tudor Hound. More charts by the blue flower are available. Another one that I want to show you is Blueberry Ridge Design. This is one of my personal favourites. There's a bunch of these House on the Hill. So this is House on Strawberry Hill. There's also House on Blueberry Hill and House on Pear Hill, which I'm sure you can imagine the colour schemes and motifs in relation to both of those. And also the Sampler Seasons by Blueberry Ridge. Now all 4 have now been released. Summer is a brand new release, so I'll be stocking all 4 of those as well, and they're all monochrome. This one uses 3 skeins of Weeks Dye Works Shepherd's Blue. The next designer is one that I had personally never heard of. This is another, just getting a lot of shout outs at the minute. It's another request from Soph. This is Filigram, and Filigram do these lovely mountains for the seasons, and it's all charted in Gentle Art, but it also includes a full DMC conversion. So there's all 4 seasons of those, and then I couldn't resist them when I saw this. Uppercase ABC Little Cow. So there's the cow, there's a lowercase alphabet with a hedgehog, and there is it's called Decimal Notation Little Goose. It's a goose with loads of numbers around him, and I think they look fabulous. And finally, last but not least, I wanted to show you some of the blackbird designs that I've got in, because I think everyone loves the blackbird designs, don't they? We've got Flowers for You, which is a birthday sampler by Blackbird, but you can personalise it however you like. It does include a full alphabet for you to do that. May or may not have saved a copy of this for myself. This is Away We Ride. Away we ride till it's dark as pitch to find the home of the Wicked Witch. And finally, the Sewing Club book. 16 projects in this one. And let me see if I can find my favourite for you. It's on the back. Here we go. And like I say, full finishing instructions for, you've got a sewing box, a drum, a thimble bag. Love it. And that's it. So hopefully, in other shop news, I've got cottage garden threads arriving from Australia. I am led to believe that they are actually being shipped today to get to me hopefully very soon. I decided that I didn't want to open the shop until they'd arrived. They are the first thing that I ordered. They are the thing I'm most excited about, and I think they're the thing that anyone that I've mentioned it to is most excited about. So that I definitely want to have those in hand and ready to ship before I set the shop live. So I had been hoping for a 1st of June opening. I think it's going to be more likely going to be a couple of weeks after that, just to give the parcel time to arrive with me and for me to get it out and organised into my storage. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. I'm on Instagram at Talking Dog Stitchery, where I'll be doing a bunch more sneak peeks of things like this and all of the other designers that I'm going to be stocking, and I'll also be announcing with a good week notice when opening day is. So yeah, head over and give that a follow. Thank you so much if you stuck around to the end to watch this far. It's Rachel from the future here. Before I say goodbye, I just realised that I haven't picked my giveaway winner. I did a 2,000 subscriber giveaway, and the gift was Erica Michaels, Charlotte Mullinger, and a beautiful heart-shaped needle minder. I will pop on the screen the picker winner that came up from the use of the word dwelling in my last video, and the winner is Cross Stitch Sarah. Thank you so much for commenting, Sarah. If you haven't watched, Sarah has a Flosstube of her own as well, so head over to her and find out and check her out. She's got some lovely stitching. Congratulations, Sarah. This is on its way to you, and yeah, send me your address and I'll get it in the post to you. And happy stitching, everyone. Bye.